A few years after Richard and Maria Wojcik moved to Arizona, a disturbing car crash that killed 4 teens from their community caught their attention. At the time, their daughter was a preteen, and after a series of other tragic car collisions resulting in teen fatalities, Richard and Maria decided something needed to be done.
Our motivation for creating DrivingMBA was 20 years ago, was 2003. We had lost several young people to car crashes. So my husband Rich started to do research on what was available and what was being done in driver training in general in Arizona, and found that it was sorely lacking. So he began to do research on simulation technology. We decided that we'll build it and they'll come. We found space. We did the research on simulation, and by November of 2003, we opened it, and we opened DrivingMBA really in response to young people dying on the roadway and knowing that something needed to be done. And we came up with DrivingMBA because we thought the way in which we were going to approach driver training was going to be very different than what was being done all around the country. And so we thought of it as being an MBA in driving. Really, our mission is to save lives out there, mitigate the risk of young people, particularly young people, losing their lives out on the roadway. I mean, driving in and of itself is a risky business, and what we want to do is arm students with tools and techniques and just good driving skills so that they can keep themselves safe out there.
The Wojciks believe in the power of experiential learning. Engaging students in hands-on experiences and reflection is foundational to the DrivingMBA concept. Students start in what is referred to as the Driving Fundamentals Lab, where they experience simulated driving before they get behind the wheel of an actual vehicle.
Our classrooms are interactive simulation labs. So we have a driving fundamentals simulation lab, which is a 2-to-1 ratio students to instructor. And in that lab, students learn how to drive in a safe and controlled environment. So they've built a skill before we actually start to transfer that skill on the road. We have found that when a student starts the process in a simulation lab, again, it's a safe and controlled environment. They're learning how to drive. It's fully interactive. They're able to make rights and left turns. They're able to get on and off of roadways. They're able to experience weather conditions. So they've had an opportunity to build skill before we actually take them on the road.
Hi, my name is Kayla, specialist instructor here at DrivingMBA. I teach both the beginning driver fundamentals and on-road to typical students and neurodivergent students. I enjoy the beginning driver fundamentals because they tend to be a little bit more engaged and can have a little bit more fun without having the anxiety of the things that they face on road.
At DrivingMBA, many instructional packages are available. Typically, on-road instruction consists of 5 2-hour lessons. The 5th lesson typically is the final evaluation. Let's go on a few instructional drives with some of our professional instructors.
See this legal stop, Ryan? Don't forget to make your legal stop right here.
Oh, before the sidewalk.
Yeah, before the sidewalk. And then now you can actually move your wheel to the right here. And when it is clear, you're welcome to go. Speed limit's 40. So in this case, you gotta look at your speedometer. You turn right here at this left center right. And if you read the speed sign right here, it's 25 miles per hour.
As we're braking, we want to check our rearview mirror, make sure there's no one behind us. It's not stopping.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we might want to get out of the way, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
I don't see anybody here.
Full stop behind the crosswalk. And when I say full stop, I mean 0 on the speedometer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Clearing left, center, right, left. Are we good to go?
I believe so.
I agree.
They're turning that way, so
Let's turn ahead. Look where we're going.
I'm scared of hitting curves.
If you look at the curb, you'll hit the curb.
Hello, my name is Thomas Deming, and I'm a full-time teacher, and I work with middle school kids. I've been teaching for 27 years. I really love those late coaching drives where we get to actually go on road with students where we've already taught them skills and they get to produce those skills, and we get to see some advanced skills being applied. and still give advice as we take them into higher level challenging situations such as a downtown or into high pedestrian activity areas. It's nice to see students actually produce the skills, but also see where they can sometimes struggle and then still give advice to both the student and the parents that are going to continue coaching their children.
Hi, my name is Dawn Riccomini. I've been with the company over 2 years, and I am very passionate about teaching students, young adults, how to drive. On the road, I see that the student is getting it. They're starting to make progress. They're practicing. I've had many students that I've really got along with really well. They come in really nervous at first, but after the first drive, they're like, that wasn't that bad. And then after I see fourth, fifth drive, they're a lot more comfortable, they have more confidence. We're seeing all that progress, which is nice.
The Defensive Driving Simulation Lab exposes students to many road hazards consisting of over 50 scenarios. This technology is designed to save lives.
In our defensive driving lab, it's more advanced for novice drivers. In there, they are learning skills, more advanced skills. How do you manage a head-on collision? Like if somebody's coming at you head-on, what do you do? What are your options? Red light runners, all of the things that happen out there on the roadways, we're able to simulate in that lab. The students are able to have that experience, and if it does happen to them on the road, then they have recall. A student is really, whether they're an adult or a young person, they're really exposed to a lot of different things. And one of the key components of that is hazard recognition, their ability to see something before it becomes a problem for them. So is their sight line limited? Are they able to see what's going on? Other things we do is we'll put them on ice. And yes, you don't have ice in the valley, but if you go up a couple hours north on the I-17, they're going to experience ice and snow, again, in an interactive way so that they are experiencing it versus just hearing about it from an instructor standing in front of a room. And we've gotten so many testimonies from parents that have said, it's saved their lives because they've recalled what's happened in the simulation lab and were able to get out of a situation on the road.
It's really opening up their eyes to see that there's more out there than just driving. It's finding a way out and using those new skills that they've learned for on the road.
Hi, my name is Elijah Deming. I am 16 years old, junior in high school, and both my brother and I have went through DrivingMBA driving school, and it's just such a good experience, and I just want to help share this experience with other people. The defensive driving simulator was a really accurate simulator of what hazards that you can see like on the road and can experience, like a red light runner or a car merging into a lane and you're in their blind spot and they can't see you, stuff like that. And it teaches you how to react, and it's just really realistic about how this can happen.
DrivingMBA is a leader in the nation with its adaptive program. Kathleen Ryan is the curriculum director. Since inception, she has been instrumental in developing programs to meet the needs of students. She is particularly adept at working with students with special needs.
We do have at DrivingMBA what we call a specialist program, and this can work with individuals that learn differently, have neurodiversity, maybe they've suffered some type of injury. We have to break it down incrementally. This is a mind-body type of exercise that they're going through. So they can intellectually understand it, but we have to break it down and how they're physically going to apply that. If they're developmentally delayed, we need to make sure that we're pacing it to the way that they learn. To become a specialized instructor, okay, you need to not only want to reach and teach all students, but you also need to have specialized training so that you understand that there's different modalities, different ways that we can come about and bring that kind of knowledge and experience to each individual learner. With our neurodiverse clients, we want to make sure that we're not missing anything.
Every student learns differently, and so we train our instructors to really look at each student and find what works for them.
I have a background in special education, as well as extensive experience working with students on the spectrum, ADHD, and anxiety. Here at Driving MBA, we teach specific to our students. We use the enrollment application to really get to know who they are and how they best learn. We can check information and teach other specific learning styles, whether that's auditory, visual, hands-on, or multi-sensory.
My name is Ramon Bridges. My background, I'm a special ed teacher. This is my 5th year teaching, actually. I love doing assessments. So what I do is a student will come in usually on the spectrum. I give them assessments to see if they display skills and knowledge appropriately to go on the road with us. So going from the simulators and then going on the road with them, it's a great experience because you can see where they start, right? We start from the assessment. They're really nervous. They're really unsure of themselves. And then we're going to go maybe the 4th lesson of driving, and then it's a whole new person, a whole new confidence. You get a big gap of, okay, man, they made this progress, and now they're even more excited about getting more hours and getting more practice in because they know that now they can maybe obtain a license from Driving MBA.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm very excited that I brought my granddaughter to Driving MBA for her driving lessons. When I was researching driving schools, I chose Driving MBA because of their special needs program. I have a special needs granddaughter, and it was very important to me to have somebody that would be aware of her abilities and be able to communicate with her well.
Hi, my name's Olivia, and I am a student here at Driving MBA. And I think my favorite thing about Driving MBA is about how the staff made me feel so much more comfortable in driving. My final evaluation lasted about an hour and a half, and during the whole evaluation, I just focused on all of the skills I learned throughout Driving MBA. And by doing so, I was able to achieve my ability to go get my driver's license.
Maria is passionate about the coaching class she teaches and how it impacts both parents and students.
It's really primary for parents of the teenagers, and the whole purpose of that is to engage them in the process. I provide them a lot of information about teenage driving. I've been researching teenage driving for 20 years. I have a lot to share, and so share that kind of information so that they can make good decisions as they get ready to put a teen out on the roadways. The other thing that I believe it does is it engages the parents. It provides them with information they oftentimes don't think about. Usually the feedback I'll get from parents is, it was a good reminder for me, and they found it very helpful and useful. And for the students, it also helps them as their parents are out there practicing with them. They know what to expect. So the parents have been actually coached to be better coaches out there.
So I chose Driving MBA because when I was researching driving schools, there are tons of driving schools available in Phoenix with just like the bare minimum requirements. Driving MBA stood out to me because they don't just do the bare minimum, and hence the name Driving MBA. They have an extensive program with interactive coaching. The drivers have homework to do, and the parents have coaching classes to attend. So it really is a whole family affair, and it involves, not just the driver, but the parents too, to be, you're involved from step one, start to finish. And what I really liked and impressed me about MBA was that they require 100 hours of driving versus I think the state minimum is like 30 or something like that, which is just not nearly enough, in my opinion, as a mom, to be sending your teenage children out on the freeways of Phoenix or anywhere else for that matter.
Driving MBA also includes a car maintenance program for our students. So we partnered with Carrie's Car Care, and so students are able to go there, and they are in the bay. They're learning how to change tires. They're learning how to check fluids. I mean, our vehicles are pretty technical these days, so you can't do a lot of car maintenance, but it is an opportunity for kids and adults to learn, basic car maintenance, and so they're able to do those kinds of things. Right now, there's 20,000, hopefully 20,000 good drivers out there that we've been able to impact. Good enough is not good enough for us. We, again, the thing that we focus on is really the gold standard, being able to provide students with everything that they need in order to be safe out there. Our objective at Driving MBA is readiness. It's got nothing to do with eligibility. I honestly don't care if a teenager is turning 16 or 25. What matters to me is that they are ready to be on the roadways and that they are a competent, safe driver.